Hello guys, welcome once again to our channel. So today we're gonna be talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 6 episode 20. Firstly, I would say this episode was the biggest catfish that I've ever known.
Hmm.
Oh, because when I looked at the title of the episode, I was like expecting something else. But when I watched the episode, I was very underwhelmed. Like, I was like, what was going on here? If there was one thing I finally realized is that and it's like something I already know, but at least I was able to like know, understand that fine. Like this, the Scots cannot carry the show because we got them a lot in this episode, and I would say it was the most. I've been praising the last few episodes since they came back, but this episode was the most boring thing I could ever see.
Oh wow. Yeah, I kind of agree. I thought I was gonna get something more because I wrote down the title and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. And I'm like, isn't this kind of like from last week, but a little bit more added to it? It's like a big pot of soup, and now I'm gonna just add a little ingredients in it. You know what I'm saying? But it's still the same pot of soup.
Yeah,
Like haven't they moved on? It
right.
was just crazy because I kept saying Martell still hasn't moved. Yeah.
I the episode was such a very big catfish, and I was disappointed, and I didn't know why we had to take close to like um 30 or okay, the show was like about 40 something minutes, and we had like 20-25 minutes of talking about Marsau and Latisha. Amen. Please stop shoving them to our faces. It's not going to make us magically like them. That's the truth. It's literally not going to make us magically like them from now on. It's not.
Yeah. I was kind of put to sleep during their little it's like I don't even want to hear from you guys right now. I don't care about your commercial. I
Yeah,
you know because I'm still stuck on where did the other money go? You guys got sponsorship. Where did that money
yeah.
go?
Someone in the comments section said the Scots are dull and they don't entertain. They lie too much. Exactly. They do lie too much. And I literally found the episode like the most annoying that it could be.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and talk about the episode now.
Okay.
Right. The episode started from the continuation of last week. Martell ranting about the Marsau. And I kept on like thinking like what I did not understand. Well, I kind of understand why um Martell was standing up for Melody because I think it benefited him because he was also standing up for himself
Yeah.
at the
I
end of
mean,
the day. He was
for,
standing up for Melody, he was also standing up for himself. But in this scene, I felt like showing us again the continuation of this scene is felt unnecessary because we already gotten the most details like ranting about Martell. So for them to still start off from here absolutely did not make sense to me.
right.
Absolutely. Well, that aside, let's go to this. I want to get this off my table. Why are we still hearing about this sex, whatever between Kimmi and her husband? I am tired.
Yeah.
We
I am
had how
too.
many minutes of them talking about it? I don't care about what you do in the bedroom. I don't care about your sex life. I don't care. I
Well,
am tired. I'm literally tired of them talking about it. And the way that she was like, "Oh, Maurice thought I was more beautiful than I was when he met me." I was like, "Are you sure?" Or he was attracted. He found your money. He found your stability beautiful, and not you.
wow, that's one way of putting it. Especially if she was more stable than he was. Of course, that's an attractive package. you
Mm-hmm.
know, and why leave it there for the right guy when I can swoop in and take advantage of that to my advantage?
I'm
Mm.
I'm saying it. And the friend bringing out all the sex toys. I'm like,
I thought that was
please.
her sister.
I don't even know who she is. Honestly, I think I skipped through this part. I
Yeah,
literally don't know who she is.
yeah, I think it said her name was Andrea, and in
Yeah,
parentheses it
I
had
know her name is Andrea.
sister. Yeah, and it said sister. So I'm like, if that's her sister, why are we
Sister?
just now seeing? Yeah, why are we just now seeing her?
Wow. I literally skipped through this part. When they kept on talking about bringing out the sex toys, talking about seeing a sex therapist, I was like, how long? How many episodes since then when you talked about your cancer stuff and everything, all those while you never thought of, okay, I want to see a sex therapist. All those why you never thought about, okay, maybe we should enhance it with toys and the rest. Yeah, yeah, I'm literally tired. They have no storyline. Let's be truthful.
Yes, I agree.
From the beginning of this season, the only thing we've heard about Kimmy and her husband is this particular
Yeah, yeah,
this particular
I
storyline.
noticed.
That's what we heard. Yeah, that's what we've heard about them. And then and now we're in episode 20, for God's sakes. We started off with episode 1. And now we're in episode 20 and we're still talking about the same story. It gets annoying as the day goes by.
Yeah, I'm tired of hearing about her and her sex life. I mean, even though it may be important to them, it no longer carries value with me because that's all you guys talk about. You don't talk about a
Mhm.
cure, a conclusion to it, nothing. And I'm sick of hearing about it too, as well.
And the like I hope that she would get the help she needs, but I feel like she should give up on this stuff with Martell. I feel like she should give up with Maurice, because I don't know, it doesn't just make sense that with everything your wife is going through, you still don't want to understand. They, she said, "Hey, you all, this was my least scene." I'm telling you, it was the least scene of the episode. Like, I literally just had to fast forward. If there was anything being talked about, if there was anything being said, I literally did not know. That's how bad it is. If you tell me they said something on this scene, I'll be like, okay, I didn't get that. That's why I just wanted to just get it over with. I just remove it from the table of chats that we're going to have today. Now let's move to this. We had Latisha coming with Mela and Macy doing their business stuff. I'm gonna say something, and I don't want anybody to say or don't judge me, prejudge me, but I felt like the kids were like, "Why am I here again?" That's how it looked to me. It looked as if the kids were like, "Why am I here? I don't understand why I am here."
Yeah, exactly. And then I was thinking when the scene was going on, I was like, is that Stormy's products that we seen her changing labels on? Letitia changing the labels
Exactly.
on? Like is like what's
It
going
just
on
looks like
here?
Stormy's product.
Yeah, like what in the Tom scam is going on here? You know? Like don't bring the kids in it.
And the fact that she later put up on her Instagram, that's Latisha, that they are selling a bundle. I think I don't know what she said with hair growth oil. And I remember that Stormy also was selling her hair growth oil that she was saying that it was very nice before she stopped every production of Canvas Beauty. So I'm like, are we getting a rebrand or reshuffling of um maybe now it's now Latisha selling Canvas, then she's focusing on the body glaze.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sorry, but people with this hair growth tonic stuff, let me see your hair grow. Then you become more you become more real to the consumer. Because I can mix up a batch of stuff downstairs and sell it all
Mm-hmm.
through my neighborhood and be like, hey, it'll make your hair grow. But if you're not seeing my actual hair, how would a person know? I just want to see
Exactly.
results. I just want to see results for my money. That's all.
Exactly. I, I literally felt like the kids were like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to live here. Can't wait to live here." Another thing I wanted to talk about, right, is
Mhm.
this thing. I don't know, Latisha and her husband Marsau be giving me Jada vibes, Jada and Will Smith vibes. Yeah, because when last I just noticed this in this episode, like yeah. I noticed in this episode, when was the last time that Masao entered into the room with that his wife is that we saw him either give her a kiss on the lips, a peck? Like what is this church hug going on here? This is the kind of hug I give to my brother in the Lord when I go to church.
Now that's funny. Yeah, they don't seem like a couple in love. They seem more like co-conspirators. You know, uh, like I wouldn't even call them a Bonnie and a Clyde. You know, Mr. Scam and Scam Mistress. How about that? Because I don't know that everything that I hear about them is not nothing nice. The money, all these construction things that he done did where people were like, where's my money? I'm still asking these questions. Does anybody know where the money went to this day? And
Like,
yet,
I don't know. Like truly, it gives me like they are living, they are just in for it, like for the for a perfect for a oh, how would I put it? A picture perfect. Like, oh, even with all the rumors, even with all the the gossip going around, we still stuck together. We are still the power couple. What is a power couple without the power?
I don't know. She reminds me of the scarecrow that don't have brains because she looks for him to give her any sign of information for how she needs
Oh
to
my
feel. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god. Oh
Seriously.
no, not
It
that
doesn't
no
she
that
she lets him do her thinking for her. Like when she was like, well, I like Stormy, and he said something about, but you can like her or whatever he said. His little sharp mouth, you know, oh my God. I couldn't with him, you know. I just couldn't because me and him would just be combative all day long, all day long. He shoot a shot, I'm gonna shoot a shot. You know what I'm saying? This,
another thing I wanted and I wanted to talk about. I wanted to just bring to you before we continue about the Scott and Latisha. Latisha did say that they had 175 others, right? They were packing 175 others. Does this table look as if it was a table of $175? And we are talking about a bundle. Does it even look like $105 or it's just for the let's just shoot something. Let's looks like let's give this look of power couple that are growing, powered, powerful children that's gonna be educated in business.
again, you,
Oh
you
my
know,
god.
I don't know what that stuff is in those bottles. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
I
Mm,
wouldn't trust my hair with it until I seen them actually using it and it's doing some type of result that I would
yeah.
want.
I feel like these people, they know how to lie through, you know, a lot. Sometimes, even when they are saying the truth, the thing about Lashan and Marsau is that they've lied a lot. That even when the truth comes out, when they are even saying the truth, you tend not to believe them. Like, okay, yeah, this is what is truthful. That's
Yeah,
just it.
yeah. Why weren't they at their own house doing that? Who was this other chick?
Exactly. Why are they in their P in their, is it not PA or assistants? Or is that not her assistants, right?
I think it said
I
manager. Didn't it say manager?
Okay, a
Yeah, I think
manager. Why
so.
are you in your manager's house packing your order?
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense unless they're probably trying to bring her on as another character.
Wow.
And
Jeez.
what role will she serve, please? Like, I'm wondering.
I don't know, but she was talking quite a bit when they were filming that scene and they kept showing her on camera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then
This
Marcel came in there, and it was like she's out of the frame, and it's all about him and him wanting to teach the kids the right thing to do. Like, bro, you're not even doing the right thing. Where is the money? I'm gonna keep saying that because
And the kids didn't even stick around. It's like they knew that they were just gonna film that little scene, say their little lines, and then they just
yep,
left.
yep. Like they
that
said,
was what I
hey,
was saying. That it felt like they didn't even want to be there. It's just like, okay, you are forced to be here. Like they didn't want to be there. That's how it
yeah,
looked to me.
yeah. As soon as they said that magic word break, they were out. Deuces, I'm out. You know.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't. I can't. And I'm talking about these people. You know what pissed me off is that Latisha could sit down here and talk even when I'm not a fan of Masao, right? I
Right.
don't really send Masao or whatever he's doing. But your husband is talking about another lady like you, calling him the B word, and you sit to his front and saying, but I do like stomach. Wow.
Yeah, well, I feel like, hey, Stormy is saying something that she probably wants to say, but she can't because she don't want to be the ops right now. She don't want to start a war in her own house. So if Stormy is calling him a bitch, she's probably like, hey, I like her.
It's not that. It's not, I don't feel it's that, right?
Well,
I feel it's the fact that Stormy has an upper hand over her. And she can't just afford to lose the friendship between her and Stormy.
well, yeah, she's getting products to
Because
sell on the
because
side.
truthfully, I would not. I said it last week when we were talking about this thing. I said it that I cannot understand for the life of me why you would sit down and listen to a woman like you, someone you call your friend, call your husband the B word in so many language, so many times, and you still sit and smile. And what pissed me off mostly was that she did not say anything when Stormy was calling her husband the B word, but when Melody decided to give her own input over the Black Expo, she was very vocal then. Where did her vocal cords go when it came to somebody else calling her husband the B word? And I even thought that was more upsetting. Then she came here and was like begging her, you're begging somebody that called your husband the B word to please stop it.
Yeah, see, okay, me, I would have been confrontational with that, calling my husband that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Tisha is is about that life. You know what I'm
But she's
saying?
always no, let's be truthful. If
Well,
it
no,
was
no, no,
let
no,
the roast be
no. She'll
let the
she'll
roast
be
be
a
reserved,
listen. She'll
reversed.
be she'll be about that life when there's a room full of women. where she can walk away because she knows that somebody's going to stop that person from coming after her. You see what I'm saying? But a one-on-one confrontation, nose to nose, nah, she ain't about that life. She ain't about that life. Cause see, I would have snatched Normie in the middle of her sentence without warning. You know? So yeah, she's not about that life. So I don't think, and like I said, again, hey, maybe she's getting those hair products that she can continue to mail out to whoever's ordering it. Because I haven't heard her talk about distribution anywhere for these hair products or take us down to your warehouse where the stuff's being stored. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
So
a very good point.
I don't know. I'm
I,
just
I,
talking.
yeah, this scene was like so annoying that she could very she you know what me I'm always saying is be very don't let your the way you react to things be very, how would I put it? It's not really that open. When it comes to some certain people talking, some certain people saying some things, you react, you're coming online, you're responding, you're talking, you're right there and there, you're responding to them and telling them you don't like it. Then when it comes to some certain people saying the same thing that those people said, you are like, oh, wow. Because truthfully, if it was Melody, let's just be honest. If it was Melody that sat down there, called Marsau the B word, then came back and she was here talking to her, she would have cussed her out. She would have said everything that she needed to say to Melody to make her know that she didn't like her calling her husband the B word.
Right. But I mean, like Letitia doesn't have, I mean, like, how many friends does she really have on this show? She got to get somebody to like her, somebody who's going to want to shoot with her. Because isn't she kind of like at odds with everybody else? Kind of.
Well, she and Kimmy are cool.
Yeah. But like, what do they really have to talk about?
Nothing.
You know.
Well, well, I really hope that this goes well for them because this scene was like, and the way she was like, okay, even if I decide not to call him the B word again, can you calm him down? Like another woman telling you to calm your husband down. Everything Stormy
Yeah.
said in this place was utterly wrong. And for Latisha to sit down sipping whatever she was sipping and smiling was totally also wrong because it looked off to me. It looked like she was in a hostage situation and she could not say anything. And she just had to watch it happen. That was how
They
it
were
felt to me.
2 shows ago. They were at each other's throats, weren't they? So how could y'all be
Mm-hmm.
so cool so quick? I don't know if a month has passed, 3 months. I don't know. But if I'm at your throat, the next time we meet, I may not be too cordial. I don't know if I can sit down with my legs crossed and have a drink in my hand. I don't know, without showing some type of emotion, or less. This is a come to Jesus moment. We about to get some stuff straight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how they could just shoot that scene like that and be so calm.
Um, I guess that's just Latisha for her. Now let's go to this stuff. Like this is my favorite moment of the episode. I hope you guys bet on Black, right?
Yeah.
Is there anybody betting on Black? Because I want to know
Well,
that
only at
that
the casinos in Vegas.
that act they were trying to shoot was funny. And the way he was kind of, can't you be a little bit flirtatious? Like, and she was like, oh, thank God I didn't have to get you by flirting. Oh,
I know she was acting like a cyborg. It was like she was uncoordinated, and he's like, no, not like a housewife. To say, I would have took offense to that. Like, bro, you're looking like a pop daddy, somebody's old sugar daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, why were you slouching down during the commercial? Wasn't he?
Yeah, why
He
was he
wasn't
slouched
standing.
down? He was. I did notice that.
Yeah, wouldn't give direct eye contact to the camera. Like, what's up
Right.
with that lie?
Right. That
You
was
know,
weird.
yeah, I was looking at his body language and I was like, lies, 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 and more lies. You know, you can't even look at the camera. This is your commercial. You're trying to get people in there. You know, he kept looking down. He said a few words and then looked down. I didn't get it.
And there was no backstory to that either. Just all of a sudden, oh, they're going to have this thing. I mean, we haven't seen them
Yeah.
trying to help kids in the past. What's their history of trying to help kids?
Oh my
Then,
God. And no,
then they,
that was not even the most funniest part to me. Was when they said when she Latisha said, I don't know what they call the name of their foundation. We also have other foundations under us. I was like, where?
Yes. Yes. What?
wow.
The Destiny Race? That's the only thing I can remember.
Wow.
Kept on asking myself, where are all these things coming from? Like, how?
Yeah, but I thought for the expo that money was supposed to go towards that same. I could have swore I heard them say that something to help homeless women and their children.
Really? Is that what they
Yeah,
said?
yeah. And this
Oh
is basically the same thing. Every child needs a place to call home. Like, well, so does their parents. You know what I'm saying? What y'all gonna do? Just build a house for the
They
kid?
need the way she was
You're
even
gonna put the
saying it.
parent there
They
too. So
need
isn't that
a
the same
safe
thing?
place to feel secured. I was like, oh, do you feel secured?
Jeez, I don't know what's going on with these people. You know,
My God.
I would be
yeah,
scared that
so
the
random.
feds would be. Yeah, I would be scared of the feds. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you,
You
the
doing
way
all this
they
stuff, and like you're gonna be audited. You keep on. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's
I,
gonna. The
I,
IRS is gonna audit them.
I, and my thing is, Black is a lounge, right? How did they decide to just make it a casino night? Because I believe that before you open a gambling place, you need licenses and the rest. So
Yes, you
how
do.
all of a sudden you decided to just, okay, I'm gonna do this thing and it's gonna be a casino night. Like I think that they just be like, okay, ideas, ideas, ideas. They just pick one and run with it without thinking through it. I feel like
Yeah.
that's what they do.
Yeah, you need whenever you have any type of lounge or bar, you need a liquor license. If you don't have a liquor license, the only thing that you can sell is wine and beer and water and soda. You know what I'm saying? You can't
Mm-hmm.
sell hard liquors. You can't sell spirits, what they call spirits. You know, and yeah, if you're going to gamble somewhere at an establishment, yes, they have to have a gambling license that's given to them through the state.
Well, gambling is illegal in Alabama, and but
Jeez.
it was not going to be real money. It was going to be like play money and play games. So, yeah. And I did a video on that like months ago because I had gotten some information about the whole thing. So
Mhm.
go back and watch that video. But it wasn't going to be real money. But I think that, people had heard about it and was really trying to create a problem. And he did
Oh,
say, the next episode, they started to have the conversation about that whole thing that went down of people contacting the city or whatever. But, yeah, they probably should not even, you know, try to announce that anyway, especially since they have so many people who are digging up information about them. They should have known that, hey,
mhm.
somebody's
Yeah.
going to, yeah, someone's going to accuse us of gambling. We probably shouldn't do this.
And the fact that you know that you are not the most liked, you are not really that liked, and you're not people portray you as not being as honest as you make yourself look on TV. So I feel like they made a huge mistake publicly announcing that it's gonna be like a night of gambling, and it's gonna be a casino stuff. That's why I say sometimes they just look for they just throw ideas on the between themselves and be like, okay, okay, let's go with this one. This one might work. Then they don't really go through the process of planning. Like Latisha says, the before doesn't matter, it's the event itself, and that's her problem. She doesn't realize that it's the planning that lets you know that your event is gonna be successful.
True.
You don't go into an event without the planning. So if you go into an event without planning, it doesn't work out. But she feels like as far as the event is here would make it work. And that's the problem. They don't know how to like sit down, draw a vision board. Okay, this is what we're trying to achieve. This is what we're trying to get to. How we're going to get there. What are the logistics? I don't think they always do it, because if they always do it, some of the ideas they've thrown around themselves, they wouldn't have even attempted it. This, especially the save a child. Like the first, I think I did a video on it too when they talked about it, and I was like, it was such a moment of laughter that, oh my god, that after didn't that thing stay like a month on their Instagram, the fundraiser? I think it
Yeah, it
stayed
was a
for like
very
a
short
month.
time. It may have been like a month, 3 weeks. Yeah, it was a short time. It was like the last minute, like, "You know what? I had that information. I'd have to go and check. Let me go and check. I'll be back."
Okay, before she checks, let's go ahead and talk um about the fact this Martell and this Martell not moving. I literally like what Chris Fletcher did, like bring out the sign. And Martell saying that if he, as far as he's still paying, like if you had money to be paying, why don't you use that money you're using to pay him and move?
I don't understand why he's still there. Like,
Like,
there is
you have
no
been
place
given
else to
grace after
move.
grace.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there is no other place that he can possibly move to. You know what I'm saying? There has to be places out there that are for sale and places out there that are for rent. If you can't get the sale of a house, then you go rent you something. You don't just sit still and sit idle in a place that you're not wanted. I don't get that. I don't get the logic to that. I would have been gonna then, he is making money from the show, so I don't get it.
He's making money from his shows, but he has how many kids? He has Knox, he has the M&M kids, so probably the money might not be enough for him.
Yeah, is he paying child support?
I don't think he's paying with Melody. I don't think he's paying with Melody, but I don't know the arrangement he has with Arion.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
don't know the arrangement he has with Arion.
but still, I don't know what the going rent for is out there for, a medium sized home out there, or even a really nice large size home. But I know it got to be way cheaper than it is out where I live, you know. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
So
about this brother.
I guess probably now that he has put up his sign, right? Probably
Hmm.
now he would understand that it's time for you to get your hell, stand up from that couch and leave my house. Probably, probably he will understand that. And now to the main, I think this is the part I did. At least it made me not to die of boredomness in this episode.
Hmm.
Was this talk between Martell and Marsau. I did enjoy it because a lot of things came out. He also, because one thing I was happy is because he was able to acknowledge that truthfully he also filed for bankruptcy, because he always acts like he has been rich. Masao has been acting like he has been rich from before we knew him, after we knew him till now. He has always been this successful businessman, even when we knew from the Black Expo that he doesn't know anything about business. He stood up there. Someone that's talking about people, not inviting people for a Black Expo, you stood up there and you could not even answer simple business questions. For a successful businessman that you claim you are, and you feel like you're better than others, you could not answer that question. You've also filed for bankruptcy and you're using it to, laugh at others because Melody and um Martell filed for bankruptcy. So you've also filed for bankruptcy. So why are you always forming as if you are the better businessman? And did you notice all the shades that Martell gave to the Scott? Oh my god. The way he was like, if not because
Yeah.
of me and Melody, you will still be the manager of the theater. If not because of you want to be me, you and your wife wants to be me and Melody. That part I second. That part
Oh.
when he said they want to be him and Melody, I second.
Yeah, I was liking this scene a lot, because even if Marceau wasn't doing that great and Martell said, "Hey, I have a great idea. I'm gonna bring you into this idea. We're gonna need funding. I got my part. Do you have your part? If not, I can loan you." Or however it came about, if you got somebody just bringing you into a business deal, you know, um, I guess they were talking about scope, you know,
Yes.
yeah, and it brings you up, you know. I mean, nobody's asking for a pat on the back. Just acknowledge it. That's all. You know. I mean, never act like nobody didn't reach out with their hand back to pull you up. But you get a lot of people in life like that does that. So yeah, I was kind of happy that he kind of told him, "Hey, you wouldn't be nothing, if it wasn't for me. If it wasn't for me helping you, you would have struggled more. You would have felt the struggle more.
The fact is, one thing I believe is I believe in recognizing when someone helps you. I know that it takes someone to uplift you. Then it now takes you yourself to get yourself to where you want to see yourself being. You get. But don't forget the person that uplifted you, at least gave you a standing hand, like, okay, let me get to a certain level, then you can pick up from there and move. Yes, the holds are no longer in your life to help you in whatever you're doing, but at least admit that they were able to get you somewhere.
Yeah, that old saying, never bites the hand that feeds you. you know?
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
And the
That's
way he kept on saying, "What have you done for me? What did you do for me?" I'm like, oh my god.
Right,
I
this
felt
television
that,
show is one thing, one clear, obvious thing.
yeah. I felt like that was what made Martell more upset, that he kept on asking, "What have you done for me?" Because that kind of thing, you'll be like, "Really? What have I done for you?" And the fact that Marsau always tend to forget that Melody brought you on the show. You wouldn't have been getting paid for this show if not Melody bringing you on the show. You wouldn't have been trying to form as the power couple of Huntsville if Melody didn't bring you on the show. You wouldn't have been celebrities
true.
if Melody didn't bring you on the show. Truthfully, you wouldn't even have been able to do all the things you do, cover up all the things you are able to cover up, if not because of this, because of this show. So please, yes, not Melody might not have, she's not taking you, like she's not into your business right now, but at least she gave you like your starting capital. Okay, let's just put it like that. She did give you your starting capital.
Right. And she gave him a platform, to do whatever he was going to do with it, you know, and Isn't that how they started Blaque? Because Blaque wasn't a thing during the first season, right?
Mhm.
Right. Right.
So yeah, it helped him to achieve, more of his excuse me, more of his American dream, you know, because hey, believe me, the struggle is real out here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And from the show.
Everybody right now is fighting to be popular in one way or the other because with a certain level of popularity gives you an edge in the market.
Right, right. You get to rub elbows with those you would have never thought that you could rub elbows with. It opens up some doors.
Of course. Everybody want to be on TV. I want to be on TV so that I'll get noticed. So that if I walk into the room, you notice me first. You give me attention first. You don't
Right.
tell me if you see the Scott somewhere and you see me. You will surely attend to the Scots first than me.
Right. And then you could sell things. People will buy your products because I have bought
Mhm.
from almost everybody. I
Mm,
just go ahead and just buy the stuff. I mean, even people I don't really like. I'm not a Kenya Moore fan, but I
mhm,
went ahead and I bought some of her hair stuff.
mhm,
Yeah, I just go ahead and buy it because I want to support the people. Now, there's one person that I will never, well, I can't say never, but there's one person I do not like at all, and I cannot see myself buying anything that they sell, but
mhm.
never say never. But yeah, it's a good way to, sell your stuff. I just wanted to give you those dates real quick for the Bet on Black, the casino night. So, do you remember the
Yeah.
commercial that the two of them did when they were sitting there? He had on a black suit, she had on a black lace dress.
Yeah.
Okay, so that they posted that up on May 3rd, I believe, May 3rd, and then the event was supposed to be June 3rd. So they only gave themselves a month to raise $150,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like you said, it's like, do they think these things through? Like, let's give ourselves a month. Oh, we're just gonna come up with this casino night, and then let's just put it for a month later, and let's raise $150,000. It doesn't work that way.
And
So maybe it was
that's the
just
thing
for a
I'm saying.
storyline.
Even if it's for a storyline, it's a poor job for a storyline because you came up now on this on the show. You said you have a foundation that has all the foundations on the, like, you lie. Okay, show us these foundations. Let us see. You just don't come outside and tell me you have a foundation without evidence of what the foundation does, what
Also,
you've been doing.
you keep forgetting about the destiny race.
The destiny race.
You guys don't
How
remember the
long did they do
destiny
that?
race? Do you remember the
Uh-uh.
destiny race?
Uh-uh.
You guys don't remember the race that they had? They were running.
I don't remember.
Oh my God. No. Did I
What
miss
did they do it
something?
with?
Had a race. You guys don't remember that? People in the chat, what season was that? They had the destiny race where they were running towards their destiny. You guys don't remember
Wait a
that?
minute. Did somebody take a shortcut or something?
Oh my God, they were running towards their destiny. Wow. And they actually ran towards their destiny because it was a successful run.
There was a few people out there running. You guys don't remember that?
I, I
I
kind of
don't.
vaguely remember. Mm.
I really don't
Well,
remember.
they claimed that that was gonna be an annual thing, and I don't think they did that again, just like he said in this, the commercial that this Bet on Black, their annual Bet on Black. This is the first time you've ever done it. What do you mean your annual bet on
Oh, it still boils down to the fact that they always just throw out ideas. They want to look like a legit power couple of Huntsville. And I say, how will you become a power couple without the power? Your words don't hold anything. You don't know how to stick to something. You just, let's do a lot of things. Let's do a lot of things without thinking.
Yeah.
They don't think about a lot of things. And with this thing that went on online, and the episode where Martell literally read Marsau.
Mhm.
Um, Oh, Menelita said neither Marsau nor Tish family supported any of their fundraisers, which is true because I the fundraiser for the Let's Build a House for a Child or whatever. How much? I think they didn't even make a quarter of how much the amounts they wanted.
Oh wow.
They didn't. Wasn't it like $400 they made? Shop reality.
The donations through Instagram for the Bet on Black?
Yeah, for the shop reality, if that's it, for the beauty house for a child or
Yeah,
fundraiser.
'cause, you know, it said $100 raised of $150,000, so they raised $100.
Oh,
I think they may have been 150 once it was all said and done. I think it was
oh my
150. And
God.
I think like I
Mm.
think Dr. Contessa from Married to Medicine had given a donation. But yeah, that's all. And it
Oh wow.
never did get more than 150,
Mm,
and then up until 3 days before the thing because they were still, promoting it, and then like the Friday before,
mm-hmm,
that was into that. And it's just kind of some little statement about it being postponed, but the statement was not on their Instagram pages. It was on Black's Instagram page. Their
oh wow.
Instagram page removed everything that had to
Oh
do with it. It was gone. I did a video on it. The name of the video is called Scrubbed. They removed everything. You know, I always do these videos. They removed
yeah.
everything, like as if it did not exist.
Yeah.
So now we're going to see that conversation because someone had informed me that people were calling government officials about this whole thing, saying that it's illegal. And so now that was months ago, and now they're going to have that conversation next week. So I just like, oh my goodness, I'm so excited to see this conversation take place because
Mm-hmm.
that is what the person informed me about it months ago, and I didn't know if that's why it disappeared. It just disappeared. I didn't know
Wow.
that was the reason. So maybe we'll find out that that was the actual reason, or maybe it was something else because some other people said it was because they didn't raise the money. So I don't know if it's because they didn't raise the money or if the
Well,
government got involved. I don't know.
let me ask you, shop reality. Let me ask you a question, right? You put up a fundraiser for $150, $150,000. Then you made 150. Would you be able to do the event with how poor you
Well,
did?
I guess they would do fundraising at the event itself. People were going to buy tables. They were going to have an entry fee. I think allegedly, there was going to be
Oh, no, you would have thought to yourself, if they couldn't even do a fundraiser on
online.
Instagram, why
Well,
would I?
that was to the public because you heard her say in the episode that they were going to reach out to businesses. So they may have anticipated that most of the money was going to come from businesses, which is what you wanted to
Mm,
come from because it will be a tax write-off for those businesses to donate to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't that leads me to think maybe it wasn't the money, maybe it was the government. I don't know. Maybe it was all a storyline. I guess we'll find
the
out next
thing
week.
that that's the thing about them. They are not they don't make their thing straightforward. So you get confused at the end of the day. Like you're just like, okay, where is this leading to at the end of the day? You get really confused when it gets to Latisha and Masao. Today they brought out this idea. Tomorrow, this Macy. Okay, let's talk about Macy and Mila. Did you hear when she said for 5 years, for a long time on the episode? Although I know she talked about it before. I think I even did a video on it. She said for 5 years we've been planning things, and we've had Love and Marriage Huntsville for how many years now? Have you ever heard a whisper from Letitia saying that she wanted to enter whether hair care or skincare or beauty line, or even talking about her opening a business for her kids? Let's be truthful.
No, 5 years ago, excuse me, 5 years ago, she was a housewife, wasn't she? Sitting in the house begging him, hey, let me get a job, let me make money, let me get some air. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was a housewife, am I correct?
Yes.
And then all of a sudden she had a few interviews, got a job, and he had an attitude. And, then she started going out of town for these little um, assemblies and stuff, you know. Then COVID hit, right?
No, what what is it that why did she have to say that she has been planning this for 5 years? Because I know Latisha, if she has had something in her plan for a long time, we would have known. There wasn't any whisper, there wasn't any gossip, there wasn't any rumor, there was nothing, not even a breath of the fact that Latisha ever wanted to open either a hair care line or a beauty line or any line, or even talking about opening a business for her kids. Then all of a sudden, you open the business called Missy and Miller. Then you are like, you've been planning it for 5 years.
Well, she said that I think she had started planning it around 2020 or before 2020, something like that. But that's still not 5 years.
Oh
Poor
God.
thing. It's just like I guess maybe late at night she's just going through Google and she sees this
Oh
stuff
my
and decides
god.
she's gonna do it and does it.
Oh,
Ooh. Gee.
Melanita, Melanita said, I believe they do all these money grabs to help maintain their image for the show. The show doesn't pay enough. The show doesn't pay enough. I don't know for that. I can't confirm that, but I know that they. For me, I feel like they really do these money grabs for just the show. Then Grace said, I can't say I remember how many in the race. Okay, she's talking about the race she talked about shop reality. I can't say I remember how many in the race, but wasn't that the time when Mama Vance checked Wanda? Now I'm curious to go back and watch. However, I can't stand the Scots.
Yes, that was the race because even the M&M kids were in it. They were in the race. Destiny was in the race herself. They were running and they had on these shirts. So that is something that they did have under their foundation, but we never saw that race again.
This comment said a panelist on a live went on Macy and Miller's website last week, and there was no available information.
Wow.
Mm.
Oh, wow. Well, today they put out
Wow.
on Instagram a little short little
Yeah,
promo for it. So maybe
yeah,
it
yeah.
comes and goes.
I feel how would your
Wow.
business come and go? Like, what kind of business is that?
I don't know.
Oh
But
my god.
interesting enough, those pink packages that she had, those are the same packages that Stormy uses when she was sending out her
No.
hair care. Those pink, those yes, the same
What?
fuchsia packages.
What
Yeah, same
the?
packages that, she would mail her stuff out in. But poor lady, I kind of feel sorry for her because it's like it must be difficult to keep trying to put up this, I don't wanna say facade, but it's just like this image that, "Oh, we're doing this, and we're doing that," and then when
Yeah,
you
we are
actually
the
Yeah.
do the
best.
work.
I feel like she's working too hard. It's not, you don't have, see, when you showed your reality, like, just be truthful, and people will love you. Yes, there's some people that will be haterish, but at least you will get an amount of lovers. And they wonder why people love Melody a lot. It's not because she's the most beautiful, she's the most bodied and everything. It's just that she always tries at least to be able to show us a little bit of honesty in whatever she puts out there. She doesn't try to she doesn't come out and say, oh, we are $20 million rich. I made $50 million last year. Then your credit is low. I'm like, mm, oh god. They they be doing too much. And she came. Did you see her Instagram story earlier today when she said, I think she was referring to the episode. She said, if you made us, then make another one. Hashtag I would wait. I think this was mostly a jab to Martell because
Yeah,
it
it is.
cannot be for Melody because Melody threw a jab at her husband last week and she was quiet. But because it's Martell, I feel like it's a jab to Martell, like, okay, we know that you are not as rich as you used to be, so let's just throw a little jab at you.
Wow. That's really kind of crazy. I mean, like I said, if somebody gave you a helping hand, if they gave you an idea, you know, if they helped you in any kind of way, just say, hey, thank you. I appreciate it because this is what I took and I ran away with. You know,
Yeah.
I I I took your advice and I ran away with it, and this is what I created out of your idea. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's all Martell wants him to say, but some people you'll never get a thank you for if you help them. You know, and it doesn't matter
And
what walk of life they're at. You'll never get a thank you. So if you're doing stuff for a thank you, you should stop. Just do it out of the goodness of your heart and keep it pushing.
and she also said this. She also put it on her comment on her stat. She said, I think Marsau said this on a Facebook group. He said, I hope they realize that while I was working, I worked at the movie theater. I also owned a 60-unit apartment complex with Reese, owned a 12-plex apartment with Tisha, owned a fourth-plex with Reese, owned a 7 to 10 single family homes, then insisted that we use their car for about a week because Tisha didn't want to drive my Jeep. We never stayed in anything they owned, and they never said we did. You know what?
Good point. That's a good point, but yeah. Yeah. Well, I liked how he said that they never said that we did, it says what does it say? We never stayed in Indiana. Okay, so yeah, it seems like he was clearing up the rumor because there was a rumor going around that, oh, Holtz was, let them stay in some of their
Their
houses.
houses,
He
yeah.
cleared that up, saying that they never did and that the Holtz never did say that. Yeah, there's a lot of rumors going around, and I, it's kind of hard to believe a lot of stuff that comes out. Like some stuff that
Me,
it's like, come
I,
on,
I
hey,
don't I don't
tell.
even believe most. If I don't really see the evidence, like I don't see it with my eyes, I don't tend to believe them. But my own question is, you say you own all these things, so why did you file for bankruptcy?
Well, maybe you couldn't afford the maintenance on all those things. That's a 60-unit apartment complex. Can you imagine the maintenance that it takes to maintain a 60-unit apartment complex? That's a big apartment complex.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
A 12-plex, also a fourplex, and 7 to 10 single-family homes. But that's a good point, Uzo. Why did he file for bankruptcy? That is a good
That's
point.
why would you file for bankruptcy?
The same reason Donald Trump filed for
Right.
bankruptcy.
Yeah, people do it. That is correct, and do it over and over and over again.
Yeah, the rich do that,
Yes,
you
they
know,
do.
so they
And it's
can
us
hold
silly
on to
people
their
who pay
property.
taxes and they don't.
Yeah, so that's a rich
Oh,
man's game.
Melanated said 86 homes rented out means 86 sorts of income. Yeah, they had
True that.
to borrow a car and doesn't own a home of their own. Make it make sense. Oh my god. Mm,
Good
okay.
point.
This comment said, I remember that when Wanda went up to Miss Wans and they got into an argument. Okay, I think it was the race. But when she put this online, I was like, there's some certain things you don't put online if you can. You own all these homes and you've never had a own home for yourself, like a home that's in your name, like Tisha and Marsau. This is our home, but hey, or you haven't built the Scott Manor. Please, like Melita said, make it make sense for me.
Well, he said that they started digging and found that it was that it had a bunch of, what did he say? They started digging and it was like rock, lots of rock or lime or something, he
Right.
said. Yeah,
Mhm.
and so they would have to continue drilling, but you think that they would have what is it c they would have done a survey, a geological survey, is that what it's called?
Right,
When
isn't that? isn't that what her uncle was there for?
But they go and dig up, right? Don't they dig before, you can request that or pay for that before you decide you're gonna build something, you need to do a geological survey. They didn't
Right.
do a geological survey, and you're right, the uncle's an architect. You would think that
Yeah,
that would be something that they would have done at first to see if this ground is, what's underneath it.
exactly.
Yeah, and then that uncle just disappeared. We haven't seen him.
Oh my God.
He
Oh
was
my
probably
God.
like, "Look, I'm an honest man with a good business license. I can't be mixed up in this."
Oh, yeah, I can't believe he's not in this. Uh, oh my God. The
Oh
fact is,
goodness.
all these things don't add up to me. You claim you have all these things, and it's not adding up. So many people don't even have up to these, and they own better than you,
Wow.
which is true. Some people don't have up to this amount of things that they say they had, but they live a better lifestyle. At least they own a home, not a small house they are living in.
I don't know.
Everything,
Maybe this is an example of maybe you need to live don't live above your means.
probably, because I also feel like uh I feel like they also live in they like to project themselves that they live large. Did you see the when they went for the reunion, February the boat trip? I think
Hmm.
it was Marsau's birthday or Tisha's birthday. I literally
It was Tisha's birthday weekend. Yeah, I saw it.
mhm. Like, and you saw the car when she was saying, "Oh, get off my birthday gifts," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, it looks like they had a great time that weekend, a great time. I wish I was there.
Then Miss
I mean,
Wanda
they were
was
living
on
it up.
live. Miss Wanda was live talking about how Letitia and Marsau have rich friends. I'm like, don't come out here telling us about how your children have rich friends. The rich friends couldn't even contribute a quarter of $150,000. So don't come and tell me. You can't tell me I have rich friends and I have a foundation and I do a fundraiser. The first people I expect to raise those funds are my family members, my close friends, before I even talk about the community.
Yeah, but the rich people would donate in private, because they have organizations, corporations, they would wanna it to be a tax write-off, so they wouldn't be
Right.
donating on Instagram.
Right.
Yeah, so we do have to consider that they would not be going on to Instagram. Oh, here's $25,000. No, and because the Marceau and Letitia Scott Foundation, it is really a tax exempt organization. It really is. They are registered and everything. So, for a company to donate to them, a charity of that nature, it would be a tax incentive for them to do that.
Mm.
Well, I hope they do a good job with that because one thing I know is that I cannot trust anything that comes from Scott and Latisha. I they haven't really given me that solid ground that makes me be like, okay, fine, I do trust what comes out from them or what comes out from their mouths. I
Yeah, it's
don't
always
think.
something. Yeah, it's just like so many loose ends. And I wonder, do they do that on
Yeah.
purpose to keep the public guessing? Because Marceau does seem like the type who would do that. Like, I'm only going to tell you so much or do so much just to keep you guessing. It's like it's always something with them.
Yeah, but
That's it. Like,
they say they're not actors, but are they acting?
Well, he did call himself a star. No, he did say an actor. Remember when he was at the hotel site? And that's another rumor. People were saying, "Oh, they're not building a hotel." And then
Hmm.
he goes live at the site and shows that they're actually building, but people
mm-hmm.
still say, "No, he's not building a hotel." It's like we see him at the site. So, I mean, whether you like these people or not, the man is at the hotel site actually building something. But anyway, I believe in that video, he did say that they're stars.
Hmm.
And I think he may have I think he was being sarcastic. I think he may have even said that the actors wouldn't
That's
start
Marcel.
for it.
Marcel knows how to play with people's emotions.
Exactly, and I think that he's aware of the public backlash and outrage,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't
And
think he
he
really
tries
cared.
for it.
Right, but I think she does care, though. I think she's sensitive to what people say, but I don't think he cares.
He doesn't care. Letitia cares about what people. She wants to be perceived like, the perfect couple, power couple, doing amazing, multi-millionaires. Like she wants to be acknowledged for those things. But I feel like yes, you want to be acknowledged for those things, but take it one day at a time. Don't just start jumping. Just when you start jumping, you start making mistakes. A lot of them.
Right. Like
I
he
guess
said,
people are just waiting for the court case to end. Let us know exactly what's actually going on with them.
right, right.
So I guess when they're done with Zen Gardens,
But you
but the
know
fact
what?
is that
It
even
also I'm
if
sorry, go ahead.
I want to say if they are talking about not being able to build the house because of something, then I remember they said Zen Gardens has a lease on the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
That
Me
Zen
either.
Garden because they is not is it Zen Gardens? Or I think the people that broke it's not Zen Gardens, right? Zen Gardens is the ones that they wanted to build something for and they didn't complete. They lied in their listen to they collected this thing at a cheaper rates, right? That was Zen Gardens. The other one I'm talking about, the people that broke the stones, they didn't pay for them. I think there was a time that kind of news was going on. I think I did a video on it. I don't seem to remember it right now.
Oh, I don't
There
know
was
anything about
this.
that. I kinda stay away from that kinda stuff, those court cases and stuff. I don't like to get into that, especially since I don't know what I'm talking about and, like, giving commentary on it. Nah, I try to stay
Yeah,
away from all of that.
oh, man. One thing I also realized in this episode, if they keep on showing the Scots all through the episode, I, I'm not gonna be watching because I went on the timeline on Twitter. A lot of people were complaining that why were the Scots over there? Like, if it's the Scots, they are trying to make the main focus of the show. I think they've lost the plot line.
Yeah, I agree, and then that whole Kimmy segment, that was ridiculous, and I know you guys talked about it while I was having trouble with my computer. Why
Yeah.
was she given all of that time? And I was thinking, I was like, "This is like 9,
Oh
10
my
minutes of
god.
Kimmy with this foolishness." It was disgusting. I don't wanna hear about that. I don't wanna see that, and for them to just be sitting up and having her talking to her friend. Why was Kimmy given all of that time? I
I
would have
don't know.
rather seen, well, no. I was gonna say Maurice do something, but I don't think I would wanna see Maurice. I'd rather see Marcel and Letitia do something with the kids, more packaging than see Kimmy sitting there for 10 minutes giving her backyard looked really nice. It looked very comfortable out there.
Yeah, very yeah.
But Kimmy does not need to be featured for that much time on that show.
Yeah,
Because
I rather have seen KeKe.
Yes.
Kiki with our couple.
Yeah, and KeKe and Mel, did you guys talk about that scene yet?
That's what we wanted to talk about. But before we go ahead,
Oh,
let's
sorry
take
about
these
that.
comments. Malated Energy said Tisha cares very much about image, even if it has her own detriment. If it's at her own detriment, her and Masao has zero chemistry. And it's true because I also talk about that. I said during the time when Masao came in, he didn't even hug. The hug was like a Christian sister hug. Like when I want to hug my brother in the Lord, I go. Maybe I'm in church and I want to hug my brother in the Lord. That's the kind of hug he gave Tisha. Like I haven't seen when he entered and he's she's his wife. I haven't seen one time where they like okay, probably let me just chime it down to they don't like doing public affection. Yeah, let me give them that grace.
That was nice of you.
Someone else said on the comment section they are trying to put the Scots in the far front of the show now. Yeah, I think that will make them lose a lot of watchers because a lot of people are not huge fans of them. There's a lot of people that have been hearing gossips about them, hearing the news, the things that have been on the streets about the Scots. and absolutely don't like it, I don't think a lot of them would want to be associated or want them to be the main focus of the show. That's just
Right.
No.
it.
People don't really care for them. Yeah, we don't care for them
I
enough.
don't.
I think we enjoy laughing at the situations that they seem to get themselves into,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's the thing. I, I prefer to laugh at the situations where they are in, but having to sit down through 30 minutes of of the show and watch only them, no. This
absolutely not.
episode,
And then
this
they
episode,
try
I was just like,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said this episode, I was just like, oh, well, okay. I think I
And
fast
then they
forwarded a lot.
try to pull at our heartstrings by bringing the girls on there. And I love
Oh,
that little one. I want to hear the little one talk. I don't remember her saying anything, but it's like they brought
Mila.
Flower. Yeah, and I wanted to. And then next thing you know, they took off, and then we're just left with
It
those
felt
two.
like, okay, let's just do, let's just act film. Like, the kids stuff didn't even look natural because for me, I said earlier on, they didn't look as if they wanted to be there.
Right, right. Yeah.
No, the oldest one just want to know when was she gonna get paid because they probably say, "Hey, you're gonna get some money if you sit here and you put this stuff, help us put it together. You're gonna get some money." She was like hand me my ends.
And
I
then
gotta wait.
it didn't even make sense. Why did he have to say you need to create an assembly line? Like, okay, she's going to put the labels on. Okay, but she's way over there.
Yeah,
Then this was going to do this. Okay, she's four people over from the other person, and then I'm way in the back. What was the
yeah.
sequence?
They were unorganized.
Totally. And in somebody's kitchen on that small little table, they would have done better on a dining
Oh
room
my,
table, something larger.
uh,
I thought they would have been at their own home since they just
Right.
moved there, right? It was remodeled. Like, let us see some of that. Let us see that big old kitchen island.
Well, I think at this point they were still in the apartment waiting for the
Oh,
house to be remodeled. But why not film there? Because we saw when Kimmy came that day, that kitchen, they had a large island,
mm.
where she had the
mm-hmm.
food on. It's like, why? That was really
I think
weird. Just made me think, go ahead.
that's the rented apartment, right?
Right. That, yeah, that she and Kimmy were in, but it seems like maybe they were trying to
Yeah.
introduce this character, this person, this manager, so they were trying to feature her this episode. Whatever it was, it just made no sense. But they were in every scene except for the one we're getting ready to talk about now. The rest of the show was about the Scots. Oh, and then yeah, they were in every scene. One of them.
Wow.
They've been in everything, and I don't think I can handle it if I get to see them again next week.
Well, I think you're gonna have to go through it because they're gonna show
I wonder if they took a poll. They must have taken a poll, and the viewers must have said that they wanted to see more Tisha and Marsau. That has to be the reason why they keep showing them. Did you guys vote?
them. No,
I didn't see anything like that, so
I don't know. Maybe it's one of those little silent votes like we have over here with our mayor. He's been the mayor for the last 8 consecutive years. You know what I'm saying? And the last time nobody got to vote, so maybe it's one of those type of things. I don't know.
Melanie Telenedi said Masao is very jealous that Tisha has the hair care product for her storyline. He was so physical in front of his daughters. He doesn't support them at all. You know, for that part, I really don't know whether he's jealous, but I didn't understand why he was even there at the first place.
Exactly. It's like, how did you hunt them down? And why?
You not hunting them down.
Yeah. Like, why? What was the purpose of that? What did you teach them? I didn't understand the lesson. Did you guys
Uh,
get anything out of it? I didn't understand the lesson that he was there to teach his girls.
oh my god.
Oh yeah, that
Uh,
was weird. Why did
Yeah.
he need to be in that scene? Why couldn't it just be Tisha and the girls and the manager? Why did he need to be in that scene? I'm telling you, they must think that he is like the star of the show now. Not just him and her, but he is the star of the show now.
Yeah, he's the one that we want to see. We want to see Marsau a lot. He's
Right,
now the he's the fan favorite. You know,
right.
it still boils down to the fact that Marsau feeds off the hate.
Mm, oh
So
my.
he knows that a lot of people come hating on them, and he feels like, okay, for you to take your time hating on me, that means you must like me.
Oh God. What a narcissist.
Because the way he has so much pride that he's like the star of the show, I'm like,
Mm.
really? Because if you go online, you're not the star, you're not the favorite, you're not liked,
No,
you're not.
I just want to know, like, who does business with them? Like, for real, for real. Who? Who in their right mind?
People who
Ex-
don't watch the show.
I did ask that question because there was this rumor that was going out allegedly that they did copy the Black exploit. Although I did the video and I was like, I don't think anybody will copy anything. Because I know that expos happen. People do expose a lot, so I don't feel like that's a copy thing. Because the person was trying to say that they invited Latisha Sudias, and Latisha was supposed to come speak or something, and they were to pay her flight and hotel. Then she was demanding for them to pay for both Marsau, her children, and the nanny for business class, and everything to come to the event. Then they decided to cut it off because they couldn't. That's not part of their budget, and that they were surprised that later on they started hearing about the Black Expo from Latisha. So I was like, I don't think what me I said was I don't think somebody can copy an expo because expos happen a lot. But maybe I feel like probably she copied their templates. Like, okay, this is how they plan theirs, this is what they plan to do, and probably she copied their templates. But saying that she copied their stuff, I don't think.
Well, if you're going to give something like that, if you're not going to get somebody who's going to help you plan it thoroughly, then maybe you need to go out to a Black expo somewhere else and see what everybody's doing, how they're doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but do
yeah.
your own research. If you're going to open up a child care, wouldn't you go to your neighborhood child care and your YMCA and say, hey, what are your prices? Then that way you know how to base your
Absolutely.
prices.
Absolutely.
You know, like, do the research. Don't just say, hey, we're going to give a party. Everybody come, and we don't know what we're doing. We're going to argue in front of everybody and say, you speak. No, you speak. Well, you don't have nothing to talk about. Well, you speak. Well, I'm not going to pay you to speak. So, like, who does that?
Oh, and when they speak, they don't even know how to answer the questions.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Manetta said, I believe Carlos loves to trigger the audience. That's why he puts Steve and Louis scenes and the scores 1.0 and 2.0 in front of us. Oh, I also think that Carlos too is playing with our mindset. Like Carlos knows how to keep the audience talking because Love and Marriage, honestly, Love and Marriage Huntsville is the biggest show Carlos has.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But like, I'm tired of seeing the same old storylines. Like, what else is happening? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, me personally, every week I got something going on. You know what I'm saying? So, like, can we see some of that stuff, or do we have to keep revisiting and stretching out and exploring the same stuff over and over again? It's like being on a ride at Disneyland. How many times can you take that ride?
Oh.
You know? So yeah, they need to come with something fresh.
Now let's talk about this thing. Like a lot of people were complaining about it online. saying that KeKe talks a lot. They say KeKe talks a lot because the way she started diverging information to Melody, and especially, I feel like people complained a lot because it's this information is towards Melody. I feel like if it was too much Stormy or towards Tiffany or towards Kimmy, they won't have complained a lot. But because it's like everybody's mind, Melody and Tiffany are like, they are not in good terms with each other. They're not friends. I feel like that's why a lot of people complain that she started divulging that information. But for me, my own part is that I have noticed since Kiki was in the episode 16, I noticed that Kiki is that kind of person that once you ask one question, she tells you like 50 answers. Yeah, she talks a lot. And if I can remember the episode 16, when Melody went to see her after the whole the stuff arrest and whatever, Melody just asked her, "How are you doing?" My God. She kept on answering and answering and answering and answering, talking about different topics, even the ones that is not even concerning how are you doing. So I feel like Kiki is I don't think it's her fault. She's just this kind of person. I can be like that too. Like when you ask me a question, I tend to start digressing from the question and adding more information that was not even necessary, that was not asked. So I feel like that is what Kiki did there by saying all those information to Melody.
Or maybe Kiki be like, look, you guys are giving me like 3 minutes, so I'm gonna tell you everything. You know, I'm gonna let you know it all. And you can take what you want to take from that to next week. Then therefore, guarantee you're gonna either be talking about me or I'll be in another scene. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I I'm concerned about next episode with what's going to go down with KeKe and Tisha. It makes me uncomfortable, to be honest. Considering that they're cousins and that you guys are doing this on the show. I mean, these people are really related. It kind of
Yeah.
makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah. Look.
Yeah, for your cousin, and I understand they said that Tisha started the mess with KeKe at first by telling her business. Both of them are wrong. But to get on TV and do this, did you just, yeah, it just makes me really uncomfortable considering that they are, blood relatives. And then why do they always make KeKe seem so disheveled? Have you guys noticed that? The way they edit her,
yeah.
they just make her seem like she's so, just it's like, does she really speak like that, or are they just editing it to make her seem like her conversation is all over the place?
I feel like she's just edited like that. I feel like they're trying to make her. I feel sometimes they're trying to make us feel like probably she's still on those drugs. I feel like that, and I feel bad because I know that's not what she is. But I feel like the editing is playing a very bad game on her. Even the way she
Yeah,
came in, like, the way she came in, I was like, wow, look at how Melody was looking, and look at how she was looking. Like, she needs to she needs to, when she's not going out to shoot, she needs to like sit down, look at herself very well. I think her and the people, I think, like on this show, they need to, when they want to go out to shoot, they need to look at themselves on the mirror like 5 times before they leave. Her and Nell Fletcher, they do a very poor game when it comes to it. Nell Fletcher's own is when it comes to her hair. Like, there's
right,
always something wrong with the hair.
right.
You
Then
said there's something wrong with her hair. God.
no, no, not there's something wrong with the hair, but it does. When you wear a wig, like wear it nicely, like it will look attractive to somebody and be like, okay, yes, I want to wear a wig. I don't want to see a wig on you and I'll be like, no, I don't want to wear a wig.
I
Because she
think
wears the wig, it looks very unkempt, and you'll be like, okay.
I think
And
that
you know
one
that these wigs are very
hairstyle.
luxurious wigs.
Yeah, I think that one hairstyle you're talking about. She just said, "Hey, look, I'm gonna wear it over here, cocked to the side, and I'm gonna brush it this way. And you know how the wind kind of blows your hair and it just makes a mess of it? Maybe
Yeah.
that's what happened. Because maybe it
Oh,
was looking cute when she got in the car, and then when she was in the car,
oh,
she
wow.
looked through the little rearview mirrors, and she
What
was like,
an
"Okay,
excuse.
it's still cute." When she walked in Kimmy's office, it was like, did she come through like an air conditioning in the office? You know how big old strong air conditioning
Wow.
where it just kind of blows your hair crazy. Because look, I've had that happen to me before, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I
hair
go in the
looks
bathroom
crazy.
and I'm like, what the heck?
But,
Yeah,
You're
Mel always looks so meticulously put together, just, like,
yes.
perfect when she comes into a scene. Maybe she has someone there who, teases her hair, makes sure everything is straight before she walks in. That could be the
Oh,
case,
they
because she
would have been
always looks
fired.
perfect.
They would have been fired. I'd have been saying, cut, hold it,
No, I
hold
mean
up,
for
something
for
different.
no, I mean Mel.
Yeah.
Melody.
Oh, Melody. Oh,
Melody
okay.
always looks perfect, is what I'm
Oh,
saying, so I'm
yes.
wondering, does she
Yes.
have people on staff who make sure that she looks perfect before she walks into the scene because she always looks meticulously,
Put
put
together.
together,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I thought you meant male because I was going to say, okay,
No.
fired and next. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but
yeah.
what did you feel about the conversation between them? Did you feel like Kiki should have divulged that information to Melody, or she should have just kept quiet?
Well, I mean, her and Melody are friends, right?
Yeah.
Well, eh, eh, I'm not the one to carry the bones of someone else's relationship. Like I said, I don't even have pillow talk with my husband about anybody that comes to me with their worries and concerns. You know what I'm saying? They come to me because they know I'm a problem solver. You know what I'm saying? But I don't be like, hey, this person's going to. No, it's none of his business if they're coming to me with it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. As far as KeKe telling Melody, what's going on with Marsau and his threesome. Like, wow, how surprising. Yeah, like I could have figured that one out, you know. So yeah, I just felt like she should have kept that to herself. Was it revenge? Was she upset because her cousin hasn't really checked on her since she's been going in and out of the hospital, since she's been going through this little court thing of this little thievery stealing thing, you know. I, I mean, I don't understand what's going on between them, but yeah, they're cousins.
Right, that's what makes it so difficult for me to watch. It's like, and they resemble each other too.
Yes.
Yes, and it's like,
Yes.
to get on here and talk about your cousin, her situation, that's your cousin. When this show is long gone, that is still gonna be your cousin.
Your
So it's
cousin.
just, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, your kids are going to see this. They can Google it, go on YouTube and see it,
Mm-hmm.
so that's it's kind of messy. They're cousins because what their mothers or sisters
No, the Kiki's father and Wanda are
or
first
brothers and
cousins.
sisters.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Did you see Wanda
No.
on YouTube?
No.
Rwanda says that there's something that's gonna happen allegedly with the Fletchers this season, and she can't wait to talk about it.
Oh
Oh,
yes, yes.
Right,
She's the
can't
I
wait to
I
see what
I
it
joined
is.
her life. That lady just I feel like she talks too much on YouTube.
Yes, she does.
wow.
I feel she talks too much. And when see, I always say something. I When I watched that video, I said something. She, I think she also ranted about somebody that called her out on YouTube, another YouTuber that called her out. And
Hmm.
I'm like, if you come on YouTube and you're ranting to people about people, cussing out people, expect the same to be done to you.
Well, hell, wasn't she the one cursing out people and all these? past episodes? Wasn't she the one getting all rah rah? You
So
know what I'm
if
saying?
you do if you come on YouTube cussing out people, then someone starts cussing you out, then you come online and be like, oh, she's cussing me out. I'm like, you do the same thing.
Yeah,
As you
exactly.
do it, expect it to be done to you. And as you've done it to people and others accepted it, accept it with grace.
Mhm. Yes, exactly.
So, but when she said that thing about the Fletchers, I was like, this lady is reaching. But I was like, I'm waiting to see exactly. That's why I said I was kind of pissed off that they did the reunion. They already shot the reunion because for me it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense why they shot the reunion because right now they'll be like now look at what Tisha said about Marsau, about Martell, and what Wanda said about the Fletchers. By the time they are shooting the reunion, a lot of things, there'll be a lot of you know
Right.
people answering questions, people going at
Right.
each other, people wanting to find out the truth. But because now they already shot the reunion, a lot, it's just like okay, you know what's going on. Melanie Kennedy said, I'm interested in what the Fletchers could be involved in. Which is true. I really want to know what Miss Wanda said because sometimes I tend not to believe all these things. People will come out and be like, "Oh, I have first-hand information about what happened in the show. This thing happened." Like there was somebody that also said that kind of thing. That Melody did something. Melody did and said something one time, and people were always talking about like people were even DMing Melody like, "What did you say? What did you do? Did you do something that would be perceived as a very bad thing?" And Melody was like, "I didn't do anything." Like everybody always wants to form like, "I have first hand information about what happened. I have first hand information about what transpired." I'm like, I'm tired of this. If I don't see the evidence about those things, don't come about telling me that you have information about what happened and what did not happen.
Right. It's like saying that, somebody had a baby 2 weeks ago and they're on camera and their stomach is as flat as a board. It's like, why do they keep saying this sort of stuff? And then it's like it keeps reading repeated and repeated and repeated. And some of the stuff is just so unrealistic. And as you just said, people take it and run with it. And
Yeah.
speaking of Melody, this may be a weird question, but where is her mother? And where is like her story? It's like only time we see her is she's walking into some event or something with people. Where's her mom? What am I missing something here?
I think they purposely did away with all the moms.
Why? Oh, with all the moms. Oh, okay.
I think they purposely. Oh, Melanita said, I heard Thief and Louis left the show. Kimmy needs to take Maurice and her loose. Oh, God,
Oh,
and leave the
careful,
show too.
careful.
Lucy Coochie. Oh.
I've been hearing that gossip, but I don't want to believe it until I see it. Nobody has come out to say anything. But the only thing I did say when I saw it was that if it's true that they did leave the show allegedly, like if allegedly they've left the show, I feel that that's the best thing for them because with the way their relationship was portrayed in the last episode, I don't think the right thing for them is to have cameras on them.
Yeah, especially when she's talking about, hey, I don't know if you're, seeing girls that are cuter than me. And like, I tripped off of when she was saying that. It was like she has no self esteem. Like, what happened? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what she wanted. And he tried to tell her, at the stage that they are in their life, but that's what she wanted. I mean, I'm happy for her, but she did seem sort of, and when they're you talking about when they were sitting there on the grass at the
Yeah,
park?
yeah.
Yeah, she did seem a little odd, and he didn't seem like he wanted to really answer any questions or even talk about it.
Nah.
Whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, hey, look, I'm trying to make a living here for us. I may be back and forth, but I'm trying to make a living. I told you it wasn't going to be easy. It's almost like being empty nesters, you know, and then all your grown children come back home. you know, so
Uh,
you're
uh,
starting all over again. You know, oh, let's add your grown children come home with their children. So it's like starting all over again. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yep.
I how old is she? Like in her 40s?
She no, she's only in her 30s. I think she's supposed
No
to be Stormy.
way.
Yes. Yes,
What?
way. I think she's supposed to be the same age as Stormy.
Oh wow. Okay. Excuse me. I mean, she looked a little older.
She does.
Maybe it's the way
wow.
she
Yeah, I
dresses
think
or the
it's the way
way,
she dresses.
yeah, and the way she carries herself. She seems like a older lady. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I kind of felt bad for her because she just looked like, I didn't have this baby, and you're not giving me the attention that I want, and my body size is not the same, and
Yeah, she needs to go on and work on that, but she was, seems to be very active with she was at some sort of seminar or something with Google.
Mhm.
She has a for real, career going on, and
Right.
she needs to focus on that with her husband and not this show. That is, if, it is causing some difficulties with, her being on camera or
Mhm.
whatever. Yeah, just needs to but, this was filmed months ago. So hopefully everything is okay with them now. So maybe that's why
Yeah.
we're getting so much of these other people as well. But it's like, okay, how much of Marceau and Tisha can you take? But it's like as we said before, like Marceau is like the lead of the show. And as far as so you were saying before that it seems like they stopped showing all of the mothers. So then
Yes.
who does that leave Mel to film with? Because so just is she just gonna keep filming with KeKe and that's it?
I don't know. I literally don't know their plan. I don't know
Okay.
their plan. And she has said that she's not leaving. So I don't know. I would just have to watch and see. Probably
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Maybe she'll be
We'll,
with the Fletchers much more once, because, Wanda made it seem as though they're gonna have a very active role, and it appears as though they were at the reunion, so maybe it is gonna start picking up and getting a lot better soon.
yeah. I at least we're seeing. No, you know what? I'm happy that we have the Fletchers. We know that they are very good business people. At least honest. They are very open about whatever thing that's going on in their relationship. They're not trying to be forming like this peaceful marriage that has been peaceful from the day one to now. So that's what I like about the
Yeah.
Fletchers.
Yeah, I like that they seem like they're the pillar of the communities. You know what I'm saying? And they know business sense, or else they wouldn't be in business as long as they've been in business. You know, so I like seeing that. That they're successful, but you're not really seeing all their success. You're just seeing the hard work and the fruits of their labor.
Yeah. Now, how old do you think they are? Do you think they are Wanda's age or younger than Wanda?
I would say Chris looked like he like maybe about 55, 56. And I would say she's maybe 55, 56.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm looking at their faces, I'm looking at their necks, their chins.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm 61. So I
Right,
notice things like that. So
right. And so
yeah,
Wanda, I think, says she's 59.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think I'm around the same age as Martell's mom.
Martell's mom is only 60?
Yeah, I think maybe she's 61 or 60. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm like their age, and I think I think I'm Wanda's age too.
Yeah, Wanda says she's 59, almost 60.
Okay.
Okay.
They
That's
knocking
Well,
on my door.
yeah.
wow, we've actually talked for a long while today, and I think we've covered everything about the episode,
Yes. I
and I
enjoyed
hope they do better. Yeah, and I hope they do better. I don't want to be seeing this quotes. I don't want to see them in the next week's episode so much. I hope that changes in the next week's episode and we see a lot of things. Oh, Manita Energy said the Fletchers are confrontational. Are they? I feel like Nell is just she's outspoken. She doesn't let you talk her down. That's how I just feel. That's how I feel.
Mhm.
Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. Thank you very much, Manita Energy, and every other person on the chat that has been chatting us up. Thank you for joining us on today's review and keeping us company on the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to our individual YouTube channel. We have Shop Variety TV in the house. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also have Unfiltered Uzo here. You can also subscribe to our channel. You can also like and comment on our videos. We have other videos on our channel. You can also watch our other videos. We'll see you guys same time next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Okay.